Hello everyone, today we are going over the legislative branch in depth. This is the paper that you guys have received in your packet. So first thing you're gonna do is color your page. I just picked random colors that I liked and I colored it. So now pause your video and go color your page and then come back, okay? Awesome job. Okay, now that we've colored, we're gonna start cutting. So we are first going to just cut out both of the boxes. I'm gonna cut the piece of paper all the way around first, and then I'm gonna cut them in half, okay? Remember, you can pause the video at any time if I'm moving too fast or you missed something and need to go back, okay? Perfect. We can get rid of that. And then we're gonna cut them in half because we're gonna be putting things underneath. So that's gonna go there. And then we're gonna cut this little strip off of here. Perfect. Now, we see kind of like a flat area that we have had on some of our other days, okay? So we are gonna cut not the top, we're gonna cut all the way to the pink area. I colored mine pink, but whatever color yours is, you're gonna cut all the way up to the pink area or to your area. If it's blue, green, yellow, whatever color you decide to color it. So we are done cutting and now we're gonna glue. So we're gonna end up writing under our flaps. So we only wanna glue the top like we have in multiple other videos, okay? So I'm gonna take my legislative branch and I'm only gonna put glue on the top. This is gonna allow us to write under the flap. The legislative branch part is gonna go at the top. So I have only put glue on the top so we can flip it open, okay? So do the same thing with your other one, with your two flaps. Put glue at the top and then paste it down in your notebook on the same page. So it's gonna look something like this, okay guys? Perfect job, you're doing awesome. Okay. So let's see what we're gonna learn about the legislative branch. We are done with our glue stick, so you can put your glue stick and your scissors away. Grab whatever utensil you are using to write, and let's go over what we should write about the legislative branch. So let's see, the legislative branch creates the laws in the state of Missouri. Let's flip our flap up. Let's do a little bullet point and let's say creates the laws in Missouri. Let's see what else we should write. The state legislature is known as the General Assembly. Let's do another bullet point. Known as the General Assembly. Perfect. It is made up of two houses. Let's do made up of two houses. Then I'm gonna say 1 and 2. That's gonna be our two houses. And if we look at our page, we can tell that the two houses are gonna be the Senate and the House of Representatives. So let's write that. House 1, Senate, and then House of Representatives. Perfect. So let's see what we have. Under our legislative flap, we have wrote creates the laws in Missouri, known as the General Assembly, made up of two houses. First house is the Senate, and then the House of Representatives. Perfect job, guys. So we are done with that flap. So let's go ahead and flip that down. And then let's go ahead and look at our Senate tab. So if you see this little line on the front of our Senate tab, the Missouri Senate has 34 members, so we are gonna write 34. And if you colored yours and you're writing in pencil and it's hard to read, you can go over it with a marker or a pen, okay? So we have, the Senate has 34 members. Let's flip up our Senate tab and let's see what we should write. So, like we said, the Missouri Senate has 34 members. The Senate terms are 4 years. Let's write 4-year terms. Senate candidates have to be at least 30 years old. At least 30 years old. They have to be a qualified voter in Missouri for 3 years. Qualified voter in Missouri for 3 years. Okay? And have to be a resident of their district for at least 1 year. One more bullet point, resident of their district for at least 1 year. So let's go over what we have written underneath our Senate tab. 4-year terms, at least 30 years old. You have to be qualified voter in Missouri for 3 years and resident of their district for at least 1 year. Now we are finished with our Senate tab, so let's move on to our House of Representatives tab. So we notice it says the House of Representatives and then it says blank members. Now the House of Representatives has a lot of more members than the Senate. It has 163 members. So we're gonna write 163 on our line for the House of Representatives. So let's see. Like we said, the Missouri House of Representatives has 163 members. The terms in the House are 2 years long. So 2-year terms. Let's see what you have to be. You have to be at least 24 years old. So Miss McCreary was 23. So if I was 24, I could run for the House of Representatives. So you have to be 24 years old. You have to be a qualified voter in Missouri for 2 years. And you have to be a resident of their district for at least 1 year. So one more, have to be resident of their district for at least 1 year. Perfect. Let's read over what we have for the House of Representatives. We have 2-year terms. You have to be at least 24 years old. You have to be qualified voter in Missouri for at least 2 years. And you have to be a resident of their district for at least 1 year. Perfect. Awesome job, guys. So we are now done with our legislative branch in depth. And it should look something like this. And then you can go back and read about what we have written. Great job, guys.